What's up, Cowboys Nation? You know the deal. Our Dallas Cowboys are always looking to get better, to improve, and to bring home that elusive Lombardi trophy. But with the offseason heating up, we've got some wild rumors to talk about. Today, is a blockbuster trade for Christian McCaffrey actually on the table? And what's the real deal with Micah Parsons' massive contract demands? We're breaking it all down, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. All right, let's start with the hot rumor that's been shaking up Cowboys Nation. Dallas making a move for San Francisco 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey. Now, this all started with a report from Alian Mohammed of the Sporting News, who suggested that the Cowboys could land McCaffrey for a third-round pick this year, number 76 overall, and a 2026 third-rounder. Sounds crazy, right? A superstar RB in Dallas? Imagine CMC in this offense with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Jake Ferguson. That's a dream. But let's slow down for a second. Would this move even make sense for either team? The 49ers are making cuts. They already traded Deebo Samuel and might move on from Brandon Ayuk. Dallas needs a true RB1. After moving on from Tony Pollard, they signed Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams, but neither are at McCaffrey's level. Jerry Jones loves star power, and few players are bigger stars than Christian McCaffrey. CMC is the backbone of the 49ers offense. They don't have a reliable backup to replace him. His injury history is a concern. Yes, he's been healthy recently, but in the past, he's missed significant time. Massive contract issues. McCaffrey is set to make $19 million per year, and the Cowboys don't usually invest that kind of money in a running back. So, while it sounds exciting, let's be real, this trade isn't happening. The Cowboys have given zero indication that they're willing to take on that type of contract. Plus, would the 49ers really make the Cowboys stronger? Probably not. But what do you think? Would you give up 2 third-round picks for McCaffrey? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now let's get to the real blockbuster that could actually happen, Micah Parsons' massive contract extension. Cowboys fans, we saw this coming. Dallas took their sweet time with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb's extensions, and now here we are again. Micah Parsons is up for a deal, and the Cowboys are dragging their feet. According to Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News, Micah Parsons wants a $200 million contract. That's by far the biggest deal ever for a non-quarterback in NFL history. He's an absolute game changer. 50 sacks in 3 seasons, one of the most dominant defensive players in the league. He's only getting better at just 25 years. Old Parsons is entering his prime. He's the heart of this defense. Without him, this defense doesn't have the same firepower, but the Cowboys haven't even made an offer yet. Parsons is watching Max Crosby. Myles Garrett and Jamar Chase all get record-breaking contracts, and now his price keeps going up. Watkins also reported that Parsons hasn't decided whether to show up for voluntary workouts, and if the Cowboys keep stalling, we could be looking at a serious holdout situation. Parsons loves Dallas, and he's been a huge ambassador for the team, but at the end of the day, this is business. And if Jerry Jones doesn't get this deal done soon, the Cowboys could be playing with fire. Cowboys fans, we've been blessed with one of the best cornerback duos in the league when healthy, Trevon Diggs and Deron Bland. These two have been absolute ball hawks, making game-changing plays and locking down receivers. But here's the problem. Injuries have been a major concern. Diggs went down last season, and that was a huge blow to our defense. Future contract uncertainties. Dallas is juggling multiple big deals coming up, and keeping all our stars won't be easy. Depth took a hit with Jordan Lewis leaving in free agency, leaving a gap in the secondary. The bottom line, the Cowboys need another young, talented cornerback to solidify this secondary, and according to a new mock draft from NFL analyst Pete Prisco, that's exactly the direction they're going in the first round. Mock draft, Cowboys select Will Johnson at number 12. In this latest projection, Dallas lands 2-time All-American Will Johnson from Michigan, a cornerback who has the potential to be an absolute lockdown defender in the NFL. Prisco had this to say about Johnson. He looked like a top 10 pick in 2023, but an injury limited him in 2024. How he runs his 40-yard dash will be big, but he Plays long, athletic, and fast enough. The Cowboys need to add a young corner who can start. So who is Will Johnson, and why should Cowboys fans be excited about this pick? Let's break it down. Will Johnson isn't just any cornerback. He's been one of the most dominant defensive backs in college football over the past 2 seasons. Two-time All-American, two-time All-Big Ten performer, national championship MVP in 2023, 6'2", and 202 pounds. He has the ideal size and length to match up against bigger NFL receivers. Plus, his coverage skills are elite. Even after dealing with an injury in 2024, draft analysts still view him as a top 10 talent. Breaking down his college career, 2023, the dominant year Johnson was one of the best corners in the country as a sophomore. He played a full season and put up some insane numbers. First-team All-American and first-team All-Big Ten, helped lead Michigan to a national championship, allowed just 17 catches on 321 coverage snaps, gave up 0 touchdowns the entire season. Second, in the nation in opponent QB rating when targeted, that level of production had scouts drooling over his potential at the next level. He was being talked about as a surefire top 10 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned in 2024. Johnson suffered a hamstring injury that limited him to just 6 games, even though he was still named a second team All-American. Some teams wanted to see more from him before committing to a high draft selection. To make matters worse, he missed Michigan's Pro Day due to the same hamstring issue. That means scouts didn't get a chance to see his 40-yard dash time or coverage skills in a workout setting. But let's be real. When he's healthy, he's a lockdown corner, and that's exactly what Dallas needs. If Dallas pulls the trigger on Will Johnson at number 12, he could be an immediate impact player in the secondary. Perfect complement to Trevon Diggs and Darren Bland gives Dan Quinn, or the new DC, a physical playmaking corner can take on WR1 matchups in the future. Adds depth to a position that needs it badly. This would be one of the smartest picks the Cowboys could make, ensuring they have a long-term solution at cornerback. But the real question is, will he still be available at number 12? All right, Cowboys Nation, let's break this down one last time. The Christian McCaffrey trade? Not happening. Fun to imagine. But there's no real traction on that front. Micah Parsons' extension? It needs to happen ASAP before his price gets even higher. Now, I want to hear from you. Would you trade for McCaffrey? Should the Cowboys give Parsons $200 million? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for all the latest Cowboys news. We've got a wild off-season ahead, and you don't want to miss a second of it. Go Cowboys!